Yes guys, as part of this session we are going to see one more important interview question based on linked list. So what is the question is, you have to create a linked list in sorting order. Actually in creation of linked list we are not creating the linked list in ascending or in descending order. We are not considering any one of the sorting order. So here as part of this session we are going to take only numeric values and we are going to sort the linked list. That is, at the time of creation itself we are going to sort the linked list. If it is the case like strings, then the scenario will be entirely different one. Then you have to create your own customized service or a method to sort, in order to return a particular value to sort these strings. It's very important. As I said in my earlier sessions, we are going to we will be having a separate session for discussing how to sort the strings. After completing all the sorting, all the traversal techniques of binary search tree, we are going to watch it. Okay, now, so what are all the scenarios we'll be having when creating this particular create operation of linked list in ascending or in descending order? As part of this session we are going to discuss only ascending order, that is from small to big. Now think that first scenario is start is null. As I said, what is the important rule of singly linked list? As part of this we are going to create this sorting creation operation based on singly linked list. No circular and no doubly linked list and no circular doubly linked list. If I make you guys understand about how we can create it for singly linked list, then as part of doubly linked list it's very simple. You can develop on your own, because I am going to give just a brief idea, and in most of the interviews they will be focusing only on the singly linked list. That's it, not on other doubly linked list. Now, so the first scenario is like, what if the case in memory if there is no nodes, that is the start is pointing to the null. That is the first scenario here, that is null. Try to focus. Okay, if it is like null, what we have to do? That is, if start is pointing to the null, means there are no nodes in the memory, that is forming a well organized singly linked list. So what we have to do? We have to create, that is we have to get an input, that is the data for a particular node from the user, and we have to create that node. And what we have to do after that? We have to assign that particular node reference to the start. Why start? There must and should be one cursor to us, so that we can traverse all the nodes and we can perform whatever the arithmetic operation which we have to perform on a particular node. This whole idea I have given in at the time of creating doubly linked list create operation. Okay, at that scenario we have developed the code from the scratch. Okay, if you are not getting anything as part of this session, you can go and brush that session. You will be very clear and you will feel comfort in this session. Okay, it's very important. Try to focus. Now let us go with that. So what is the case if start equal to null? Means simply, so before this what we have to do here is, by using scanner, create the scanner instance and try to get the data, that is a particular node data from the user. That is what you have to do. Okay, get data from a user. Okay, and that data was pointed by one local variable of primitive type in x. Okay, try to understand, in x that was there. Okay, now we are going to pass that x as an argument for the constructor of test class. Here before creating this thing, see as part, if you understand my doubly linked list create operation, then you can feel comfort in this, because we are creating an instance and we are making that next instance reference in the earlier instance next field, right? This brief idea, whatever the ground basics, whatever the like backbone things I have discussed at the time of doubly linked list create operation, just go and brush that one, else you won't get this one, or at least you should have some prior knowledge in linked list. Okay, now, so if that one is the case, like if start equal to null, means what you have to do? So think that I have taken the data from the user, and before that let me put it like that, I have created an instance and which is referred with an identifier called as temp of type test. Okay, now new and test. Don't get confused. Where is this test class? Okay, that test class thing that we have created. So that's why I asked you guys to go and brush once the doubly linked list create operation. Okay, now test. I am passing this x. As part of this, we are going to pass think that 9. Let me go in this scenario. So it will get complete very soon. So okay, double 9. Okay, double 9. Now that is the case. If start equal to null, try to understand the code. Okay, no need to modify and mug up anything. You are going from the scratch. Okay, now start equal to null means no nodes in the memory. So that was the first node I am going to create, and I am writing some set of instructions that must be understandable one to the JVM. That is what the duty of the computing science student or a software engineer, that is a developer, right? Now start equal to null means you just assign temp to start. I am assigning this to start, right? So now this has been created in the memory. Think that. Okay, now after that it is good. Okay, let me put the memory representation here. Okay, now in the memory we are having a node with data as double 9 and the start is this one. Okay, now it is null. Okay, very good. What if the case if I passed at second iteration or at the second time call of sort LL as the data 9, at the time what particular statement I should write here such that JVM is going to act according to that instructions. What if the case like 9 was there? What is the case like start is 99, here the beginning node data is 99. Now what if the case if I pass the data which is less than the starting node data, so that node should get an insert here. So this node should behave like second node, right? So what is the case? How we can check those things? For that we have to write set of instructions. How we can write? Let us discuss it. Let me make you guys very clear. No need to modify anything. Try to focus. This is very important. If you modify anything, then you are not a good analyzer. Nothing here is to mug up or modify. Okay. Now, if that one is not the case, come to else part. Now, so think that okay. As I said here, it's very good. Let me put it like if and okay, before there is one very good important programming rule, that is if you are having any local variable, I mean if any local variable is having or it's containing any value, means you should not disturb that value, because if you are changing that particular identifier value without knowing, then definitely we might be having that particular identifier value used in future. So what we have to do, we have to store that particular identifier value in the other local variable for future use. That is a good programmer practice, and it is the trick for the whole algorithm writer. Okay, now let me create one local variable that is an identifier q with type test. Now there I am going to copy the start value. So what will be the value of q currently? It will be as 1. And now okay, what I am doing here is, if that was the case, think that as I said, this is the only one node in the memory, and the second inserting node data value is like 9. That should come first, and this particular current start node must come second. It should act as the second node. Okay, let it be. What if the case we are having some n number of nodes here, like 99 is here, sorry 999 is here. What if the case, and if you are having some 1000 nodes like that, okay, 1000 nodes are there. So how to do that one? So think that we have to write the code that such that it should be applicable for all the scenarios. Okay, that is the efficient program, that is efficient code. So how we can write the conditions, it's very important. So okay, as part of this only one node is there. What if the case if you are having n number of nodes? Okay, let it be, let me go from the scratch and make you guys very clear about this one. Okay, this is for non-computing science students also. Okay, now we are assigning start to the queue and think that we have to change, think that we are having only one node in the memory. So now what we have to do here is how we are going to check that one. If, let me put it here, if q dot I, okay, if q dot I is less than, or if q dot I greater than, right, here these conditions you have to think a lot. Okay, no need to butify, you have to think, you have to analyze how, where that particular node should come. Now because of this statement I have created a node in the memory, right? Let me put it very clearly, then you can feel very comfort in it. There is a node with data as 9 and this is referred with temp. Okay, okay, and this next field value will be as null. Okay, now it is having the reference as 2. Now where is currently q? Q is 1, so it is pointing this start 1. Okay, so q dot I is what? Double line. So double line is less than x. I am checking like this. If q dot I is less than x means what we have to do? So this is, I mean this particular node should come first, and what is this? 9, it should be greater than. What is the meaning of this statement? Try to understand this one, how smartly I am going to use this particular condition to insert a node. So if q dot I is less than x means, meaning that this node should come first. But what is the case here? Try to understand here. Q dot I, what is q dot I? 99. 99 is less than inserting node, that is it is referred with, or it is pointed by x. Okay, now if that one is the case, what we have to do? So this inserting node should be the next one. Okay, but what is the case here? I wrote the condition which is dead opposite to that one, that is q dot I is greater than this one, meaning that inserting node is less than the already available node. So what we have to do? We have to write some set of statements, right? Is it correct or not? We have to write some set of statements here. How we can write that one? Let me put it like, so here we are going to write some set of statements. Okay, if that one is the case, we have to do some set of operations. If that one is not the case, we have to do some other operations. Else simply you just assign temp to the start, temp to start. Okay, now after assigning, I mean temp to start, so this will be behaving as the start. Now in temp dot next, what should be coming here? There should be q, right, or else start. What if the case? Okay, let it be, we will take q only. Guys, we are developing the code from the scratch, still the coding part didn't get finished. I am developing from the scratch, so you can be very comfort at the time of writing the code, and whenever you go into the interior room, you have to be very, very accurate. They don't expect speed from you, they just expect from you an accuracy, how accurately you are developing the code. That is what they want from you. Okay, logic, they will help you out how to get the logic, that is not the matter, but how you are converting the picturized thing into the instructions is very important. Okay, so I am developing the code from no wise person to the wise person way. Okay, try to understand it.